in and out, and it just chaps my ass. Here I'm like sitting and trying. And I'm like, why? Just go bend over the middle of Main Street with my pants down without lube.
Right.
It's like, come on in. Take the dirt road. Take the back road home. Ain't nobody gonna come for you here. You know what I mean?
That is not helpful. Welcome back. You're listening to
the Unfiltered Real Talk Podcast with
the Back Road Chicks.
Join us for all things controversial and risque. Buckle in.
It's gonna be a wild ride.
Welcome up. Deadpool.
It's a good idea.
Oh. I love that scripture.
It's a great one.
I had it on the background of my phone for a long time.
Did you?
Yes, because I always wanted to seek revenge, and so I was like, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Don't bring karma upon yourself by trying to get vengeance.
Yeah. It'll come. Don't worry.
So they say.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back.
Hi. Welcome talk. Welcome talk. Can you tell if the meat sweats?
Oh my gosh. I'm so full.
Welcome back.
Welcome back
to the Unfiltered Real Talk Podcast. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh my gosh. We just ate. We were having like breakfast cravings at like 7:00 at night. It was great.
Eggs and meat. I can't believe we forgot our effing leftovers in there. I'm so mad. There was a good piece of ham in that box. There was a full half piece of delicious ham that I've been craving just sitting on that table.
I thought it was kind of dry.
It really was, but I wasn't going to complain. I just...
Wait, what?
Because it didn't taste like...
You know you are hungry and wanting ham when you don't complain about it.
Yeah, but the last ham I had tasted like old Chinese food musty basement box. It's tastes like mothballs and must. It was disgusting.
Oh.
I know, I threw it out.
Oh.
And the cost of ham right now is starting to look like, I don't know, a zip code.
Yeah. Same with gas prices.
Oh,
you don't even want to look.
No.
Don't look.
I don't want to pay the price.
You want to pay the price. We digress.
Yes.
Tummies are full.
Yes.
And now
words are eluding.
Well, not really. We've been having some pretty deep conversations today, and I think that a lot of it has to do... The subject that we keep coming back to is karma.
Karma, chameleon.
It's needing to rear its head in some cases, and it feels maybe like it's not coming anywhere.
Well, that's my whole thing is, I feel like oftentimes bad things seem to happen to good people.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And good things always seem to happen to bad people or people that make crappy choices or treat people poorly. Mm-hmm. But they seem to be handed all the golden items in life and the little golden ticket.
It does make you wonder.
I know. But then I feel like the good people have the bad things happen. And I want to know, does it really what goes around? Does it really come around? Yeah, I want to know if what goes around truly comes around and when. Now, I will say I have seen karma rear its head because people should get what they deserve, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And I know the instant, and that's why I had that one scripture on the background of my phone. Mm-hmm. Because anytime people wronged me, I was sick of them just getting away with it, because it wouldn't be just me that they would wrong, but they would wrong other people in harmful, heinous, gross ways. Mm-hmm. And it made me so mad that they could just get away with it and get away with it and get away with it and get away with it. And I was like, you hurt me really deeply. And what did a couple of my exes always tell me? There's nothing worse than a woman scorned.
I think that what goes around comes around. I think that it just doesn't happen often enough. Yeah,
and sometimes it'd be nice to see it.
You get hurt one too many times, and you get pushed aside, or you get discarded, or whatever, and you just you can't help but think, like, why do bad things happen to good people?
Right? Or used, or cheated on, and lied to. Mm-hmm. Yep, 100%. And then, but I know full on, hands down, that karma immediately comes to me. Immediately. Not the good karma. I feel like good karma takes decades to come back to me. But I will tell you firsthand right now, like I said, the reason I had that scripture on my phone is because anytime I tried to exact vengeance on heinous crimes, it would come back to me immediately, even if the person deserved it.
Isn't that funny?
it makes me mad. It's like, I'm not allowed to retaliate.
I don't know.
Like, I'm being hushed by the karmic wonders of the world.
Yeah.
And it's very angering. So, like, even if I say something mean, somebody, like, if I said something mean to or about someone, 100% it would come back around and somebody would do the same to me. Like, immediately.
Like, and make it count.
Oh, yeah, like, right away. Like,
really?
within hours or days.
Really?
And, oh, yeah, every single time. That's why it makes me so mad. I'm like, why do I feel like I have to be the only good one on the planet?
Well, and it's weird, too, because, I mean, obviously, it's something that is undefinable. Like, there is no definition of where karma comes from or what, like, there's no, does it exist? Is it a thing? Who knows?
Yeah, like, I think it is. Like, I do really believe that what goes around comes around. It just doesn't seem to do it to the magnitude or on the time frame
that we want.
Yeah. Well, I've seen it happen, but not good enough. And then the people that don't learn their lesson, or like, yeah, the magnitude is a big one for me.
Okay, go on.
So anyone that can lie and cheat and steal and do it over and over and manipulate people and take from people and hurt people, and then they just get a slap on the wrist or they get to live for free in housing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but there's single moms or with kids out there that can't afford a home, but you have these like system fuckers out there.
Yeah.
And then other people are in the frickin' streets and they're lying and cheating their way through taxes and that kind of shit.
Like, it feels like the conversations you have where you're like, oh, well, this person got their karma, happen far less than have you seen this? Have you seen this injustice? Like, have you seen, like, it doesn't match.
No, or like you've been fired from 3 jobs and evicted from 3 homes and are a convict and steal from people and lie and manipulate and take, and you just somehow get a free ride in life and people just keep giving you handouts.
Right?
Very angering, especially when you're trying to operate as like a moral person of high integrity, or these people on back pages and cheating on their spouses and having hookers and blow on the side.
Yep.
But they're living in these mansions with their little private jets flying all over the world and living carefree and having no health issues.
Oh my gosh, right?
I know I'm ranting, but it pisses me off.
No, I get it though. Like, you're totally right. It's frustrating to watch, and you gotta, like, it makes you ask that question, why do bad things happen to good people? And why aren't there consequences for the people that don't live right?
And I've always said it, I would this would be the perfect karmic utopia. Okay. If people out there who did and said bad things, everything that came out of their mouth directed towards somebody else that's hurtful, if it reversed that about that person and put it back onto them.
Yep.
So if somebody said something nasty, like, I don't want to go too far in like a mean direction, but like, oh, I hope you break your leg. And then instead of that other person breaking their leg, it's like they got like a trophy career in running marathons, like the person they said it about.
Yeah.
And then that person who wished it upon them ended up breaking both of their legs. And
that would be a little bit funny.
Right? And like couldn't work and had some hardships for a while.
Uno reverse.
Yeah.
Or
totally.
Return the favor if you're a Magic player.
Right? Like, that to me, because you know how much people watch their tongue and their actions if that is how the world worked?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Being held accountable.
Yes.
Being held accountable.
Yes.
Like,
yes. Oh my gosh. That's why I love karma.
The frequency with which people would do things and backtalk and talk behind people's backs and that kind of thing, it would be far lower if there was an actual consequence to actions.
That's right. Right. The greed, the selfishness, all that. If you immediately it got reversed on you, we wouldn't need to have prisons or police or law enforcement or none of that, because the problem would get taken care of on its own.
See, then that begs the question. Okay, hear me out. Let me tug at that thread. You say that, but then you're going to think about, I heard this old saying, I heard this saying one time, and I'm pretty sure it was TV related, but the bad guys always think they're the good guys. Yeah. They always think that they are in the right, doing the moral right, doing the whatever. They always think that they are in the right. So, by that logic, would their karma be good or bad? Would there, well,
it doesn't matter what people think if they're right. If that's morally wrong, then they should get the bad karma.
Right, but moral according to who?
Everything's so subjective.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, if we follow scripture, that would be easier, like 10 Commandments type of style, like if we go that route, or just like what people consider as a whole kind of good and bad, like you don't kill, you don't steal, you don't cheat, you don't lie, you don't covet thy neighbor.
But then you've got the moral gray areas for, say murder, then like death penalty. that's a morally gray area if you want to think about karma.
Okay, but would we even need the death penalty? Here, let's follow this trend. Would we even need the death penalty anymore if somebody went out and murdered? Because karma, then in our perfect utopia, that person would be killed.
Right, but if that person is murdering because they think that they are in the moral right, or they think that they are in the correct frame of mind to do that, they don't believe, like, they're, you know, whether it's, for example, just to give you a bad example, if you have maybe a world leader who is maybe doing some pretty nefarious things or needs to be eliminated, or you've got
like Stalin
or Hitler, right? Like, you've got people like that.
I can't comment on Hitler. I know why he was so angry.
Why was he so angry?
Not that it's okay. No, I'm not saying that what he did was okay, but the fact that he was rejected his whole life and like got rejected from art schools and all those things, like, I get why he was an angry man. It doesn't mean that what he chose to do was okay, because it was not by any means.
No.
But I get what drives anger.
Anger, yes.
And insecurity.
Right, but that was a little extreme behavior.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying I get how it gets perpetuated.
How it snowballs.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. If you are in the position, say, where you have been wronged and you exact vengeance, or you try and correct what you believe is morally or karmically wrong, does that then make you morally and karmically wrong for exacting said revenge?
Unfortunately, I'd have to say yes.
Okay.
Because two wrongs don't make a right, if we live by that karmic rule.
Very true.
So then we should allow karma to take over that point in good faith that what goes around will in fact come around. But it would be nice to know that it in fact does come around, so we wouldn't have to make that moral decision.
If you could guarantee that it would come around.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Kind of thing.
Yes.
You could like guarantee that it would be a sentence, or it would be a...
Yeah, because it doesn't seem to be held... There doesn't seem to be accountability in grandiose, big, huge things like withholding cures for diseases. Why are those people not held accountable for murder? You know what I mean? Or like, do you see what I'm saying? If you can knowingly cure someone, but instead you're giving them something to just allow them to further to slowly die, I would say that you're an accomplice to manslaughter.
Very morally gray area.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
so stuff like that, I'm like, why? How is that okay? Now that's a huge grandiose scale, obviously.
Right.
But I feel like there's not enough justice in a timely fashion, because if consequences, it's like a dog. Okay. Let's just go simple.
Yeah.
Dog shits on carpet.
Mm-hmm.
Dog gets nose put in shit immediately and smacked. Dog knows that was bad.
Right.
You wait half an hour. Then you bring the dog over and you smack it on its nose, and it's like, well, what do you mean? What is this? I don't remember this. This is old news to me. Woof, woof, woof. So when karma comes too late in life, those people who think they're in the right but were in the wrong don't even know why bad things are all of a sudden happening to them. It's like they're not connecting the dots. They're not reflective. They're not self-aware. They have no remorse. It's not immediate enough, my opinion. So my story, when I was 16, when my ex cheated on me and I went to his work and I was going to throw an egg at his face.
Yeah.
When he walked out of his work, because I was just pissed off and a hotheaded teen. I'm like, you cheated and lied. I'm going to throw an egg in your face to make myself feel better.
Uh-huh.
This is how much karma will bite me right away. It was a nice hot day. My window's down. Egg was in hand, ready to launch. And this motherfucking wasp flew through my window while I'm just minding my own business, lining up my target, and just BAM! Stung me right in the inner bend of the elbow. And of course, your natural reflexes, it was like, zzz. So I clenched the egg immediately. It went all in my hand, all down my arm, on my shirt, on the seat of my car.
Oh my gosh.
And have you ever tried to scrub egg out of your material of your car in the hot sun?
I cannot say I have, no.
I was so fucking mad. I'm like, I just got wronged and I'm not allowed to make myself feel better by some form of retaliation, which in my opinion is way less of a crime than what he did. And I got karma'd by a fucking demon with wings? I was pissed.
Okay, well, you're not wrong there.
Right?
But I think I meant the demon with wings. But I agree. Like, now, okay, and do you think that was maybe, I don't know, maybe it was God's way of telling you, I've got this. Just take a seat, Like, I'll handle this. It might not be right now, and it might not be something that you know about, but I got this.
At the time, I didn't think that, and at the time, I wasn't a believer. But now I'm like, I see what happened there. And that's not the first time, because anytime I've said something mean, or I've, like, done, like, a prank call, or something stupid and petty, like when you're younger, it immediately would come back. Immediately. And I'm like, why am I not allowed to retaliate? It felt like it was personal. Like, why does karma not come get all these people? But the second I go to try and be an avenger, all of a sudden I'm like, shot down in the blaze of glory.
You sit in situations where you're watching injustices happen, and you're watching things happen around you in life, and you just sit there and you're like, how are you getting away with this?
Right? Like, why am I taking up the tailpipe? And it's like, what I often thought that I caused my eyesight issue. Now, I know I didn't control my blood sugar when I was younger, but my parents helped set me up for failure. I'm not going to sit there and fully blame them, because, I mean, when I turned into an adult, I should have did that, but when you don't get the skills developed, fine. Yeah. But what pissed me off was that my friend at the time, acquaintance, was a convict. Stupid.
Okay.
In and out of jail all the time. Multiple charges, alcoholic, drug addict, drug dealer.
Oh boy.
Break and enter. Horrible. On paper, a shitty person. Blood sugars through the roof. Older than me. Had it as longer than I have. And perfect bill of health. No consequences. No digestive issues. No eyesight issues. Just nothing. Just carefree and surfing, not having to have a job, having everything paid for, no health consequences, nothing. Boy. Just in and out, and it just chaps my ass. Here I'm like sitting and trying, and I'm like, why don't I just go bend over the middle of Main Street with my pants down without lube?
Right.
It's like, come on in! Take the dirt road! Take the back road home! Ain't nobody gonna come for you here! You know what I mean?
That is not helpful. That is not helpful for our name. That's not what it means.
It's controversial.
Yes, it's controversial, but
I'm just saying.
Get it. I get it. I totally understand
like why is that bad? You know what I mean? It's like you do bad, but nothing bad happens to you. You try and do good and be decent, and bad happens. That's what really grinds my gears.
I completely understand, and I will absolutely agree with you. I've seen it happen to you. I've seen, I have seen the good that you do, and I have seen the bad that happens. And I don't, there is no explanation for it. There's no reason.
And I'm not going to sit here pretending I'm a saint. I'm not.
No, of course not. But
I'm not a saint. I have done shitty things. I still say crappy things. I still have evil thoughts of revenge.
Of course.
I don't act on them.
I don't think you'd be human if you did.
Right.
Didn't.
But it's like, what? Like, I try and give and bleed myself dry and be as decent of a person as possible. And it's like, just taken for granted.
And it feels almost like when you don't do that, that's when it feels like karma's going to come get you, because you're not bending over backwards for everybody. You're not making yourself available. You're not doing anything and everything that you possibly can to make other people happy. And you're not worrying about your own happiness, because that's selfish. And that means bad karma.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. Yes. Yep, the driving force.
Yep, I know it well.
And then it's like, when does this come back to bite the selfish people, or the users, or the people with expectations, or the manipulators?
I mean, it makes you wonder, like, are those people ever really happy?
I mean,
do they know a day of happiness in their life?
I don't think so. I don't think deep down they are truly happy. But then it begs the question of, why can they put that aside and not care? Is there a moral conscience in there? I don't know.
And is the good karma, or the good whatever, like, is the good that we receive, are we more able to appreciate it because we see this in a different light? Because we see this as, well, I've got a whole bunch of negative stuff happening, and I've got a whole bunch of this bad stuff happens to good people. Does it make us appreciate the good things more when they happen?
Probably.
Like, is that an aspect of it? Is that why the bad things happen, so that we appreciate the good when it does?
I like that. That's probably true. But then let's go to the people with crappy behavior, repetitive, moral conscience. If they have bad things happen to them, but not right away, and they keep having good happen to them, and people keep giving them things or doing things for them or supporting them when they're down and out, even though those people don't do it. In the moment, they seem grateful, but then it just disappears. But
I'm talking on a fundamental level. I'm talking about in a personal life, in a personal journey. If you appreciate the good because you are genuinely appreciative of it and not only surface level, the people that have bad things, the people that do bad things, eventually their luck's going to run out.
I would like to hope so.
You'd think that eventually. I know that's a terrible thought to have, but it's in scripture, so I'm allowed to think it. But there has to be a balance.
Yes.
There has to be a balance, whether it's
like the Libra scales. It has to balance.
The Libra scales?
Yeah, the Libra, for a Libra sign, it's scales. The scales of justice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a symbol. So it's like the scales of justice need to balance over time. I would think.
You'd think. You'd like to hope.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't always work out that way.
I mean, I have seen bad come back to people who do bad, but like I said, I feel like it's not timely enough or to the magnitude that I would deem acceptable to make them change their behavior.
But then again,
I know it's not up to me.
But now think about this. Is it happening to them not because it's good for your timeline, but because that's the moment that it needed to happen for them in order for them to open their eyes?
But that's what I'm getting at. It seems like that's when they aren't opening their eyes despite what's happened. Because if you've been arrested multiple times and been fired multiple times and been homeless multiple times.
It's not rock bottom.
That's what I mean. So they're not hitting that lesson learning point. So what's it going to take and when?
Right. But at that point, they're still having bad things happen. They're still being arrested. They're still being charged. They're still, whether or not it's in the grand scheme of things, whether they learn or not, it is still technically a bad thing happening.
True. But I guess, well, again, it's perspective. So those people don't see it that way.
No.
Like, the few examples I'm thinking of, because I've talked to them, don't see it that way, and they don't connect the dots because it doesn't immediately follow their behavior. Which makes them, even though bad things are happening, because they're not making the connection to the bad thing that they did, they're not stopping that repetitive bad behavior or the way that they're treating people. Because it's not like, do bad, punish. You know what I mean? It's like, bam, 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 bam.
I feel like that requires a level of intelligence, maybe.
Or like a lack of sociopathy.
Right? Like, I feel like that requires a moral compass.
Yes.
And if you don't have that, then you're kind of off to a bad start.
Now, what about the people that start with a moral compass? It's the meat. A moral compass, and then they seem to lose that over time. How do we speak to that?
My question would be: is it a karma related question? Do they feel like they've taken enough lumps for life, and they're like, okay, well, bad things happen to good people, so I'm just not going to be a good person?
I have had that thought myself, yes. But I don't have the moral ability to do it.
I don't either.
Do you know how many times I've said, I wish I could be a bad person? I've said it so many times.
Oh, no, I've heard you. Yeah.
Right? I'm like,
You're like, I wish that I could not care about the good things, and I wish I could not be a good person for 5 minutes so that I could. Yep.
Totally. I wish I could.
I think that every person in the world has felt that at one point in their life.
I think so.
For sure.
And I really think about if everybody on this planet had one free kill.
Oh, dude.
I know it's dark. I know it's morbid. Just roll with it for a second.
Okay.
If everybody had one free kill, but you never knew, just say God, karma, the universe, whatever, it was just written in a spiritual record of who had it, but no one physically on this earth actually knew who still had their kill and who didn't. Think of how much better people would treat the other people, not knowing if they had one left and who someone was going to use that kill on.
Not necessarily killing someone, but having the freebie.
Yeah.
Is kind of where you're going with that.
Right. Just knowing that it's there, and like, if you cross that person, that could be your doom. I feel like people would treat each other better. Now, obviously, there would be people who would abuse it and just would go out on killing sprees, but we have those anyway.
I guess my thought on it is, my moral compass would never allow me to do that. I would never be able to go through with that.
Right. Which is good. But it would scare people who have a conscience and a compass to even more so not want to piss people off, knowing there are people out there without a moral compass that could just pop them for what.
Well, I feel like that would just it's just the justice system just a little bit more in check. I don't know. I feel like that. I maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just. I don't know.
I just think about those things because I'm like, would people be on their best behavior more if they know that they could just get popped without, and the other person wouldn't get a consequence? You know what I mean? I feel like people would just check themselves a little bit.
I feel like it would be a question of, well, I'm not going to waste it on this asshole.
Yeah, because you have a moral conscience.
That's okay. Fair.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so these two little punks go to a bar and get drunk, and then they're whatever. They're just enjoying their night, and let's say a kerfuffle happens.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if everybody had one free kill, do you think the kerfuffle would escalate to the point where they got physically aggressive and mouthed off? Or do you think that they'd be like, maybe this fight isn't worth my time. We're both drunk. Let's just take our space. Do you see where I'm getting? Like, would things and crime and assault and all those things escalate as much as they do now?
I don't know. That's actually a really good question. I'm not really sure. You know,
that's where my brain goes with it. Because the karma would come back.
The karma would come back. Oh, well, okay. I see. Yep, I see where you're going with it.
That's kind of where my brain goes. I'm like, if karma was immediate to its fullest magnitude, how would the world be different?
I think it would, it would be a very different place to be sure.
Now, do you think there's ever times where karma doesn't come around?
Sure.
I want to hear this.
Sure. Like, I mean, how many times I'm blanking on names right now, but I've known a couple serial killers that have completely gotten away with it and been identified only through DNA evidence later, so many years later after they've passed away, and no one ever caught them.
So now it's my turn to advocate, like opposite advocate. I don't want to say its name.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that something bad didn't happen to them or karma didn't get them?
Well, I mean, obviously they're dead, so fair enough.
But you know what I mean? It's like, what?
I just mean like the consequences in this life for the things that they did during their life. You're right. There is no way to determine that. Mm-hmm. They could have been very sick. They could have, lost limbs. They could have lost things. They could have lost their ability to do things. It is very possible. There is, and that's when people suffer, they are suffering at their capacity.
Yes.
So, allegedly. When you're suffering at your capacity, you can't take anything else on. So if you can't take anything else on, you're always going to be there.
So then my next question for you is, so let's say the good people that have bad things happen to a high magnitude, would you think that is a result of karma?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like, is that always because of karma? Or can good or bad things happen for no reason? Or is everything karmic?
That's a really good question. It makes me think of a post that I saw the other day. It was somebody that I follow on TikTok, and he does a lot of biblical and Bible stuff. And the caption on top of, like, he's kind of like sitting there with his head in his hands, and he's like sitting on it against his table. And it says, when you're experiencing spiritual warfare, but you realize the enemy wouldn't attack if you weren't a threat.
Oh, it's so true.
Like, yeah, it's accurate. Like,
yep.
That's kind of my view on it. Like, I'm not, if I'm a threat, that's why that's happening.
Yes.
If I'm a force to be reckoned with, that's why bad things are happening. It's because it's a test to see how strong I am and how long I can withstand it.
Well, now that you go on about that part, there was the one that I saw that talked about the way the enemy tries to stop you based on what your gift is based on how you're being punished. So if you're like, you have low self-esteem and low confidence, if you have the gift of like prophecy and preaching to others and sharing wisdom. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't allow you to have the confidence to do that. And like, so basically the sins you commit or addiction or whatever it is stops you because whatever your power is or your gift is what you would be putting into the world. The enemy doesn't want to let that come through.
Ooh.
So it's like, interesting.
See that? It's a sound thought. Like you think about the gifts and you think about the things that you could be potentially doing, the potential that you have, and how those things are hindered. Because why else? It's because the evils, the evil wants to win. Evil wants to win.
Oh,
evil always wants to win.
To take over.
Yeah.
Well, and it makes me wonder too. So, and this is for anyone that ever battles between if they should believe in God or not. I get it. I was there. I was a hardcore atheist, and now I'm a hardcore believer. But I still struggle with things because when I didn't believe, I'm going to be honest with you, my life wasn't. I'm not going to say it was perfect. There were still hardships and bad things that happened, but there seemed to be a way lesser magnitude of bad. Now, when I became a believer, it seemed that I was stacked on with a ton of hardships. Now, here comes the paradox. Had the magnitude of hardships not have happened, I wouldn't have become a believer.
Okay.
So it kind of really trips my trigger. But now it's like, okay, I believe. Can we ease up, please? Modern day Job waving flag, not leaving, not switching teams. I'll take back tenfold what I lost, please. I want to drive.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's an interesting way to think about, do karma and religion and spirituality mix? Are they mutually exclusive? That's another stream that fascinates me.
I think karma is just a word that everybody uses because it's a universally known colloquialism.
So so I beg the question, how would you respond to that? Like, does bad and good happen with unrelated to karma just because it just happens? Or is everything good or bad that people experience karma related?
Because the world is imperfect and the world is, a mess.
Oh yeah.
Is that like what, where does karma come from?
Like what experiences that we face are related to karma and what are just, that's what happens in life.
The way the cookie crumbles.
Yep.
It's a great question.
Right? And because I'm very reflective and self-aware, I can kind of piece together certain things that make sense karmically and some that I'm like, I don't know what I did. Like, so kind of the example, so I gave the wasp example of immediate bad. And I was saying that the good seems to take forever to come back.
Yep.
So I didn't know this was going to happen, but when I was younger, I would always be the driver. A bunch of my friends never had licenses or they'd be drunk all the time. I'd always be the DD.
Yep.
I'd pick them up from work, take them all over. Like I was a taxi.
Yeah.
And never asked for anything or any of that stuff. Fast forward, I lose my eyesight and all my friends pretty much because I was no longer special to them or I couldn't do for them or give to them anymore. And they just all vanished because I'm no longer valuable. However, given that, even though that was hard, there has been little droplets of inserts of people who, since that have happened, have entered my life to help and be there to be able to drive and all that. And I pieced it together. I'm like, had I have not been selfless back in the day and have been helpful, would this have been karmically coming back to me now?
Interesting.
Right? So I have to be grateful that I was that way in the past and for the people who are here for me now, and then cut loose the ones who aren't.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It just took that long for karma to come back around. Like,
but it's just, and a lot of that has to do with self-reflection too. Like, you're not gonna, there will always be dead weight in life.
Yep.
Whether you choose to keep it around is your choice. I can kind of piggyback on that example. Being the resource for someone, being the driver, being the this, the that, like I'll take you, I'll pick you up, or I'll go get this for you, or I'll go pick them up for you, or I'll doing all of those things. And as soon as I kind of shifted perspectives and I lost a few friends when I started a relationship because I wasn't at everybody's beck and call anymore. I was doing things for myself. And a friend of mine pointed that out to me actually yesterday. We were talking about it and he said, you are doing things. He says, you have three sides. He says, you have your relationship side. He says, you have the other side with your family and your friends. He says, and then you have you in the middle. He says, you've spent all this time on either side of that fence. He's like, you've never spent time in the middle where you're thinking about the things that you want to do with your life and you're thinking about the things that you want in your life.
Yep.
So he's like, if you want to do that if you want to go and be in your relationship and you want to spend your time doing that, go for it. If that's what you want, go for it. If you want to do that with your family and friends, if you want to make that a priority, he's like, go for that.
Yep.
He says, do whatever makes you happy. He's like, because you are the person that is living this life. You need to make the decisions that are going to be right for you in the long run. He says, and the people that can't handle, I guess, a lesser commitment or
a shift
in the dynamic or a shift in the helpfulness, as it were.
Yep.
He says they'll have to learn how to deal.
Yeah.
And if they don't, then they really don't have a place in your life to begin with.
Yeah, and it's a very eye-opening, no pun intended, or whatever, ironic experience, because it was, it's true, because as soon as that shifts, it's funny who falls away and no longer has time for your purpose for you.
And it feels like bad karma, because it feels like, oh, well, I'm losing this person. What have I done wrong?
That's right. Yep. Because I feel like the common denominator.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think that in terms of karmic balance, you definitely have to take things with a grain of salt. You definitely have to look at things from every perspective and every angle, because you probably are missing something.
Right? Because it's like, oh, here's an eye disease, and now you get to lose all your friends. I'm like, huh. But then that's everyone's argument. Were those really your friends?
Right.
Or was it just about what you could do for them?
What you could do for them. How accessible were you?
Yep.
What could you do? Yeah.
Yep.
How could they use you?
If you don't do for me, you're not good enough to be for me, because I need you to do.
I need you to do, and if you can't do, well, then I don't really have a space for you, and I'm going to replace you.
And to me, that feels very personal, because my relationships with them on my side were very genuine.
Absolutely.
Like the day I woke up from my very first eye surgery after losing my eyesight, like I thought I was returning to work and ended up in a hospital.
Yeah.
And this chick that I thought was my best friend at the time, I called her to wish her happy birthday while I was drugged up and came out of surgery. And instead of asking how I was and thanking me for calling, she was pissed off that I couldn't drive out of town to be there for her birthday.
That's nice.
Yeah. But I'm the bad guy to this day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. So I'm like, okay.
Which feels
and then
like
I'm
a bad
what
karma.
did I do?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? And it happens like more and more. And it's always the people that, oh, I love you. Of course I care about you. I would do anything to be there. La, la, la. And it's like, oh.
Really? Would you?
Right? Yeah. So the karma, it just seems weird. And then it doesn't seem like anything bad happens to these people for
here's
being
a thought.
shitty.
Here's a thought. Maybe the necessity for them to use and abuse and not being able to do that anymore is their bad karma because they lost you.
But are they being affected? Because who else is stepping in? Like when I think
who
back
cares?
to the
who cares?
people,
It's not you.
Like giving the free ride though, like those people that like habitually losing their jobs and homes and stuff like that.
Oh,
they
I
always
see.
have that safety net. So yeah, sure, they are having karma from losing me, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect them because there's 40 other safety nets lined up that they'll hop right on in.
Yeah, but none of them are you.
Yeah, well, I guess I just don't think that I'm that important because clearly I wasn't.
Wow.
So it doesn't have a big enough karmic effect. Do you know what I mean?
I mean,
like that's what I mean about the magnitude and timing. I'm like, do these people really get their payback?
I don't know. I genuinely think everything balances itself out, whether we know it or not.
I hope it does.
I hope
just
so too.
Sometimes I think it'd be nice to see it.
Yeah, it really would.
I know that's evil, but I just want to see it.
Then yeah, no, I get it.
I feel like I need to share my scripture that I love.
Sure.
Because for those, like, I'm just saying.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, you can read it. You're going to be much quicker. It's Deuteronomy 32:35 that I had to put on the background of my phone to make myself not react, but I felt that it's very important because it kind of goes to exactly what you're saying. Things over time balance out.
So, Deuteronomy 32:35, it says, "Vengeance is mine and recompense. Their foot shall slip in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things to come hasten upon them." It's actually a great verse.
I know. It's my favorite. That and Mark 11:24. But I digress. That one just... I really like that one, and I really need to believe it to keep myself in check. Because I don't want bad karma.
No, but I think that's a pretty... That's a very smart way to do things.
Right? And I always tell people, keep clean hands. Keep clean hands.
Keep clean hands.
You play dirty games, you win dirty prizes.
Absolutely. I like that. Let's finish on that.
I like it.
I like it. Until next time.
Welcome back to
Grateful Every Moment.
Gem.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Got some gems for you today. You want to start us off?
Sure, I'll start with a couple short and sweets.
Sure, go for it.
Short and sweets. Smitty's, Pamela, and Grant.
Yeah.
Very grateful because customer service doesn't exist anymore almost anywhere.
Oh, man.
People are rude and miserable and unclean and just snarly and...
We didn't get her name.
I know. I'm so upset. I don't even know what she looks like because obviously couldn't see her. But I was impressed.
She was fabulous.
Amazing. Everything. Yep. Like, hey, just so you know, in case I take longer, this is why. Like, just so communicative and friendly and informative and attentive. Fabulous.
Yeah, she was absolutely fabulous.
Don't know her name, but you are awesome, and I hope good karma, comes back to you tenfold because you were wonderful, and thank you.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you.
And just the gems to the people who don't treat me differently because of my eyesight and are still there for me, who have been there the whole time, the few stragglers that are still stuck by me, and the new ones that come in and don't treat me like a burden or a problem because I can't drive.
Right.
I love you all. Thank you for not trying to make me feel even worse than I already do and incompetent.
It's the only way I know you, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but some do, and they're like, yeah, I'm sorry, you're too much work, so I don't have space for you. I'm going to go in my safe space in my COVID corner.
Go kick rocks.
No! And may your journey be joyous.
Damn, said the lady.
So sorry that you have a short penis. That's karma. Thank you, Jesus, for giving that man a short dick.
Amen.
Don't want
Short
a short
dick, Dave.
Oh! Shit! I thought I made the dead.
I'm back.
Yeah. Teeny weeny, teeny weeny. Turn it over to you, Courtney.
Shriveled little short dick Dave. That'll never not be funny.
That's true.
It's so true.
Karma. Now that was preemptive by design. God, you are great.
You didn't even need to ask for that one.
Right? You must have knew you was going to be a schmuck. Like, oh crap, the clay was a little dry when I formed this jackass. Oh yeah, you're short too. And we digress.
We digress.
I'm grateful for laughter, dark humor.
I know, right? What's life without a little dark humor?
That's true.
Mine is very simple. It's actually, it has nothing to do with me. My brother lives on the West Coast.
Yeah.
He just recently got a vehicle. He actually inherited a vehicle from our late uncle.
Ooh.
And it ended up being pretty gnarly. It had some black mold and stuff inside, and he was not able to actually keep the vehicle.
So a lemon, not a gem.
You know what? Honestly, it was a one owner, a 1996 Honda Accord that my grandma owned, like bought it new. Okay.
Accords are great cars.
It was a fabulous little car. We drove from Winnipeg to Victoria in that car in 2005.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. Like it's seen some years.
Nice.
So it was just unfortunate. Like it had been broken into a few times in my uncle's parking lot, and the homeless community in Victoria is very prominent. So they would like sleep in the car.
Thanks, Carney.
And it wasn't Carney. So
thanks, liberals.
He would, they had broken the windshield a couple times, and they had broken the, yeah. So it was like it had been kind of black mold ridden.
Eesh.
So he had to get rid of that, but he got a different vehicle. He just bought himself, just a secondhand, I guess it was like an estate sale type thing.
Nice, yeah.
And he is very much Mr. Like, I'm not going to spend money, like, cause he doesn't ever spend money on anything.
He's like Sheldon Cooper.
Oh gosh. He puts Sheldon Cooper to shame.
Oh, that's awesome.
But he bought himself a little Nissan Sentra, and he sent me a picture today of Dallas Road and the breakwater in Victoria. And
nice.
This was Mr. Oh, I'm not going to use it. He's like, I'm only going to use it if I have to go grocery shopping or this or that. The car culture in Victoria is very different. People don't drive really there unless they have to. Like, they will bike ride everywhere, and they will walk everywhere and bus everywhere. Like, if you own a vehicle out there, you're usually doing pretty well.
Okay.
So he has this vehicle, and he's like, oh yeah. And like, no, I'm not gonna go driving. He's like, I need to have a destination. He's like, I need to do this and I need to do that. And he just sent me a photo this morning, and he just like, it was just this gorgeous sunny view of the ocean. And I was like, oh, you suck. He's
nice.
like, oh, it was the first beautiful day that I could do this. And he's like, and I didn't have a destination in mind. He's like, I just went for a drive. And I was like, see, I told you.
Yep, there
it
is.
Once you get the freedom of driving, I was like, you will never go back. I was like, you are kidding yourself if you think that you're not going to like go cruising.
Right?
I was like, it's going to happen.
Never take that moment for granted.
No. So he's really enjoying having access to a vehicle. He's like, I went to Costco, which is in Langford. It's 20 minutes away. The funny story is that, people out there, they like pack the cooler.
Oh, right. To go on the long trip to Costco.
To go on the long trip to Costco, which is a 20-minute drive, which in Winnipeg is like a drop in the bucket.
Right.
You're like, oh, that's cute. So
that's wonderful.
Yeah. So he like drove himself to Costco, and he like got gas at Costco, and he's all like, he's having fun.
That's good.
And even he'll deny it, but he's totally having fun. So I love you, bro. And I am so excited that you have a vehicle, and now you can have a little taste of that freedom.
That's awesome. Yep. Never take the ability to drive for granted, y'all.
Yep.
Enjoy your freedom.
Enjoy. Absolutely. Until next time. You're listening to Unfiltered Real Talk with the Backroad Checks. Thanks for joining our late night cruise.
We're help keeping your drive alive. Please tune in next week for more shenanigans.